deck that we ported from an old historic deck, and it felt pretty reasonable with kind of how mid-rangey this format can be. The rise of mono green ramp in the format is probably not a great matchup for this, but I think this deck's pretty good into like red-black mid-range, other grindy and control decks in the format. We've got Nicol Bolas here, as well as Valki God of Lies, which are notably both planeswalkers that we can pick back up with Kolaghan's command, which is sweet for grinding. And Chandra Torch of Defiance curves into a turn 5 Tibalt Cosmic Imposter for good card advantage. We've got Thoughtseize and various spot removal spells for disruption. And of course, we've got some Meathook Massacres here because, well, listen, chat, don't judge me. I'm just a byproduct of the formats in which I'm living. So let's go ahead and hop on into some games with this and see how it goes. I hate when places release half seasons of things. It's 2022. Just let me binge watch. Just let me binge it, chat. I need to be able to hit it all in one go. Falco Sprata is the Bant Dorko. What's Rafine? I don't think I know Rafine offhand. Falco Sprata is the cast spells off the top of your deck for counters, right? Yeah, I don't watch any of the Disney Plus shows until I don't watch any of Disney Plus shows until they air the whole thing. Watch them all at one time at the end. Hey, thanks for the entire year, Shiro Tears. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. Likes to seize your thoughts. All right, I announced that this deck's kind of okay into blue-white control, and the matchmaking algorithm was like, challenge accepted. Hey, Silver Oak. PhD work goes swift and fast. Good luck and Godspeed. Alright, I'm gonna lead on Chandra here, I think. Oh, they played the field. So if I would have led on this, it would have resolved, right? I was really surprised they played the field there. Hold up, absorb. Weird. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what both those cards do offhand now, because I thought one was one, but I think it's another. Can you just use the form on the site, please? So I can look at them later. Appreciate it.
Once again.
This doesn't do planeswalkers, right? Yeah. Artifact, creature, or enchantment. And our Planeswalker Plus is a draw a card plus take a card away from them. So solid value here. I guess I could have killed their Teferi. Maybe I'm supposed to kill their Teferi there, actually.
You need to slow down.
It's a counterspell. It's not. Sick. So I'm gonna untap 2 lands here, so I can K-command to kill their Teferi during my end step. Okay, so I guess I'll do it at their upkeep, technically. Alright, they might scry here as well. Okay, so I'm gonna let their scries resolve, and then after their scries resolve, I'm gonna kill their Planeswalker and pick my Ravager back up. I want them to scry before they know their Planeswalker is dying.
I'll have a better plan next time.
Yeah, you better, bud. Alright, they topped a card, but then didn't play anything. It could be a counterspell. Let's see. Okay. And then them taking the time to counterspell here means they're just treading water, right? My Bolas is drawing us a card and taking a card away from them every turn. Yeah. Sweet blue-white deck. I think this deck's good into all the interactive decks in the format. I guess our sideboard doesn't line up super cleanly here. I just like play 2 Soul Guide Lanterns because they cantrip. That's probably the line, right? That's fine. Sometimes they have like your Hulk or something. They don't have any companions, right? Yeah, they're straight blue-white. I'm gonna duress on 1, just in case they have a search for can't I want to take. Double Teferi. Well, I guess we'll take the counterspell. Oh, I shouldn't have played my blue source out into a field of ruin here. I should have an island in my deck. It was a mistake. Should have played the other Dragonskull Summit. Just kind of on autopilot. If their 5th land on curve here, we're probably dead.
Let your blade do the talking.
Ooh, it's a tapped land. Okay.
May your blade strike true.
Darkness will swallow the light. We will slay our enemies.
We will slay our enemies. What's going on, Hotbox? Thanks for the 18 months. Welcome back.
We
We're
must
stacking up the tokens, Chip.
May your blade strike true.
I'm just clearing these tokens out.
Oh, you fall into my
Maybe
web.
because of Emperor, I'm supposed to leave meat hooks, a couple of meat hooks in as those last 2 cards.
You deny.
Could be good as a proactive card on occasion too. Man, Dream Trawler. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put 2 meat hooks back in my deck. Valdoon. 36 is a nice round number indeed. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Expensive to kill a Dream Trawler with this, obviously, but nice reset button when we're top decking in the late game, I think. Yeah, this format's like got enough mid-range and control that something like Dream Trawler could be fine. Sick into other control decks like this when it resolves. Well, I guess you have to play it through, it has to play through Mystic Dispute, so maybe it's not actually good. Most counterspell decks, most blue decks in this format are on Dispute. We are not, because we're like red-black mid-range. Yeah, like look, there's their Dispute. Speaking of, take that one. to Aether Gust main, I would be happy to put this Bonecrusher on the bottom of my deck. So long, friend. It would simply not allow my opponents to draw answers to my threats. That's a big break line. I wonder how many sweepers are their deck post board. Probably not a lot, right? We are lucky they drew that Absorb a turn late. Sometimes lucky, chat. And we drew the 5th land here, so when they go ahead to march this Nicol Bolas, we'd stick a Planeswalker. They shocked. All right. Well, I'm gonna head to the Space Jam here. You draw another counterspell. Dead. Okay. This means they're not doing this for another turn, which is fine. They're gonna do it while I'm tapped out, which is smart. Smart. So if they draw a counterspell, I get sad here, but if they draw like a Planeswalker or a Dream Trawler, we're super pleased. Even taking a land away is good because it activates their Hall of the Storm Giants. Hey, what's going on, Marty? 2 months away from a nice amount of months. Appreciate the 67. We hit this. This means untapped land is a live draw. Good top deck deserves another, I suppose. We have a Fateful Absence here, or do we have a shot? Thanks. That one is definitely going on top.
I'm known for my excellent timing. Let's skip to the good part.
They have 2 spells in their hand. I think I'm supposed to attack their Planeswalker.
Let's take it back a step.
Our opponent, like, actually, the only land my opponent drew this game was the one turn we discarded the card from their hand with K-Command. I think of Cling to Dust. I don't think I would play less than 3 K-Commands, but I also think Cling to Dust is a fine main deck card. It's fine, Chet. I believe. This is this top card is our main the Meathook Massacres we put back in. Just gotta believe. Oh, I'm actually just dead because they finally drew a land, and it's a land that lets them kill us for Xaxes. Yeah, sick beat. Getting top decked in a 20-minute match of Magic feels so much worse than Marvel Snap. And I really think that's one of the genius things about that game, is that, like, when you get peeled on in, like, a game that lasted 4 minutes tops, it's so much more tolerable than something that took up, you know, a third or half or even a full hour sometimes. And the snap mechanic too, right? Like a lot of the time you you know you're going to die ahead of time, so you just concede and only lose 1 cube. Whereas like here, winning and losing are always worth exactly the same thing. The dynamic of winning and losing not always being equal is really great, and it having agency into when you push your luck versus not. Not if you're a gold gamer. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Up to a certain point, your losses are worthless. Are we Heartless acting this? Let's wait and see what they do. If they play like an Angel of Retribution, I'd rather Heartless act the Angel, I think. Maybe I'm supposed to Meathook for 1 just to get this one off the table here. Alright, well, rewarded for waiting, I guess. Okay, and I get to Thoughtseize now as well. Meathook definitely worse than something like Ritualist Soot into this archetype specifically.
Hey, over here.
Okay.
It's playtime.
It's a good top deck. Kill their thing, gain 4 or 5 life here.
This was a waste of my time.
What's going on, J-Rock? Thank you for the tier 3. Super generous. Thanks for the over 3 years. Happy Tuesday. Alright, what's this Nicol Bolas doing, chat? Am I Bolasing down ticking the Valkyrie? That means the Bolas dies, but also means the Meathook can kind of clean the board out next turn. That's probably the line, right? Because if I plus it, they just like play another Angel. I think we just do this, and then we bank on the fact that our deck has more card advantage in it. So hopefully we hit another Planeswalker before they hit a collecting company to get back in the game.
Until we achieve peace, we must fight for a better tomorrow. I am proud of those who walk beside me.
I have other schemes to attend to.
You might as well hit the Spirit for 1 and save a life point. Right?
I have let my friends down.
What's going on, Eric Trud? There were a lot of shillings spent to make sure Grixis was the deck today. Big voter turnout. Okay, well, they're gonna have a couple of 1/1s left over, and there's our Planeswalker for after the fact. Just need a land now here. I'm just a Meathook girl, living in a Meathook world, and your board is going to the graveyard.
A pure soul can inspire others. I will hold them off.
Alright, didn't get collected company. Nice.
I have lost too much.
Alright, elevator going up. Let's play a little game. No, opponent, you're supposed to attack my distraction planeswalker. Don't play good magic and attack me. It's rude.
Oh, so many painful memories.
Alright, so we're done here, right? They get to use Tybalt's Unite move next turn and they die. We down tick on flyers? No, I get to use the Unite move. Cast Righteous Valkyrie. Cast Angel, cast Angel, cast Angel, cast Angel. Hey, good chat. Big oof on the power word kills, chat. Big oof on the power word kills. I think I'm supposed to board them in because of Bishop of the Wings and Speaker. Like these are cards I need to kill. Thank you, Jacob.
You're welcome.
Christy and the children really appreciate that my office is flipped around now, chat, because Jacob can walk in without being on camera, so he no longer has to put a shirt on when he needs to come bring me something. I don't believe it's strictly that shirts are required on Twitch, but I do believe areolas need to be covered. But I'm also not a lawyer, and I haven't looked at the TOS specifically exactly, so if you're confused about those details, please consult with someone that's in the know. Well, that is yet another reason to have power word kill in my deck, huh?
Take him out. Feel the burn. Well, that was a disaster. It's my turn.
All right, if they brick, we win. For people in chat that are confused, the way Meathook Massacre and Redain interact is if X is 2 or more with Meathook Massacre, I need to spend an additional 2 because of Redain. So with Redain and Thalia out, in order to Meathook for 3, I'd have to pay 8. Yeah. Need to attack. Sorry, I was lecturing chat.
Trickery is just a hobby. Let's play a little game. Yes, succumb to chaos. Oh, so many painful memories.
All right, so we do this. And then we can Heartless Act the Resplendent Angel after they go to pump it. It seems like GG. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't seem like we can lose from here.
Make no mistake, I'm not nice.
No, they can. Power Word Kill doesn't kill angels, though. That was a Heartless Act from my hand. Nothing else to do with my mana this turn. Might as well. Maria called. She said it was time for you to pack it in, opponent. Yeah, Tybalt's really strong. One of the sweet things about this deck is, like, both your Tybalt and your Nicol Bolas are, like, plus get 2 points of card advantage, basically. Listen, chat, these are the type of hands you're signing up to keep when you register Grixis Control. Ship it. I think we take the Spellbinder here, right? That disrupts us. And like, we just like start firing off 2-for-1s with these K commands. It's like drop a card, drop your creature. Yeah. Get him out of here. So nice, I'm gonna do it twice. I think we're chilling, right? It's a good thing K-Command is not a werewolf. K-Command confirmed not a werewolf. Value. Rats. I think I'm actually just doing this for one here though, or two or whatever, just to like make it so anything else I kill from here on out gains me life. We forget to add a blue mana. I mean, we don't have a ton of blue mana. I think it's like 13 or 14. What blue mana are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually only 12. We also only have what, 6 blue spells? Okay, yeah, we're mostly red black. They took Heartless Act, really? I'm gonna leave him the Spellbinder, even though it flies, because the Spellbinder dies to another Meathook if we draw it, and the 3/3 does not. Our best draw here is Collected Company, so actually I expect they'll pass the turn and then cast it. Just a land! That's exciting. I'm gonna do this now, so that way they can't, like, Collected Company into Athalia's Lieutenant in response to the Heartless Act and get me. Oh yeah, that's true too. Heartless Act doesn't kill the 3/3 because of the counter. True. These are getting sideboarded out, believe it or not. Nailed it. Never didn't have it. Big angry dragon. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Will bend to my will.
Will bend to my will. Kneel before me, humans. Bolas also famously not a werewolf. Big true, big true. Like your finest Magic the Gathering cards, please. Alright, 3, 2, 1 now. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Yeah. I mean, we were in garbage time before the Shatterskull Smashing, but I can't fault them for taking a couple more turns. Ray of Enfeeblement, Power Word Kill, Anger of the Gods. Probably a Lolth out matchup, right? Here's a question. Would I rather have Lolth or would I rather have Tibalt? I think I'd actually rather have Lolth, right? She makes blockers. Yeah, maybe this is actually all the Tibalt's up matchup. We bring in Lolths and the Chandra, because Chandra's like a medium sweeper at the top end too. Yeah, I think I'm into that. Hey, Exit Sad. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for checking out the sponsor. Always appreciate the folks that help me out by checking out the sponsor mobile games when we have them. It's nice to be able to give back some sub gifts when I can. So thank you for that. It's got some Doom Blades in it. Bottoming the 6 mana Chandra. Keep the lands. That's good. Because if we completely flood out on this hand, this could be a spell even, right? But probably only in our first form. So, that's a nice draw. Marvel Snap sponsor run. I don't think they don't need to sponsor the channel. I wouldn't say no to some free cards, but I like their game a lot. We're gonna play a lot of it regardless. They did send me some stuff. I have a Marvel Snap baseball cap and some other little swag things with their logo on it. Yes, all of this costs 2 more, so what you see here, 4 or 5. But then once it goes on an adventure after stomping, it'll just cost 3. So, fun fact with Spellbinder and lands like these, I can bolt this in without paying mana. It only costs more to cast it, not to play it. Yeah, I like medium interactive decks like this. Because like I said when we did the deck voting, all 4 of the decks I put up for deck voting, they were ones I like. Hey, Admar. Sweet. I opened Beast last night as one of my next cards. We're gonna play a little bit of Beast Falcon Bounce today, I think. Some collector shenanigans. All right, if they draw Collected Company and Collected Company into Thalia's Lieutenant, this gets us in trouble, but otherwise, definitely want to try and take a spell out of their hand. You ever do giveaways? I usually don't do giveaways that require me to mail stuff out. God bless America, chat. We died to a ramp deck with Mardu Pyromancer, and then we died to Meathook Massacre. I promptly deleted the deck. Big, I'm over it, doing something else energy. Oh wow, so you've been spending a good bit too then, MK. I believe I hit that point with my next level. I'm like 14, 20 something, I think. It's like after 1430 something, I believe. Maybe the one after that. Lieutenant Hate would be scary. Listen, chat, we're just gonna hope they don't draw spells, because we're not drawing spells. Nobody got time for spells. Was it worth to consider the Shatter Shock while they were tapped out instead of upkeep gift card? Yeah, maybe. It ends up being a wash mostly though, right? Lockjaw is very good. Lockjaw's on the list of things I'd like to pick up. Yeah, me too, MK. Me too. They were probably just a little tilted and assumed I had a spell. We did not have a spell. You know what I really don't want to see in my hand when my opponent goes basic Mountain Kumano faces, chat? I don't want to see 3 Shocklands and a Thoughtseize. I'm in danger. Somebody please send help. All right, Chan, I believe in Meathook Massacre. It's gonna be on top of our deck here. I assume Snap needs to figure out their ability to rebalance cards quickly, as well as release whatever their Nexus events thing is gonna be before they do a widespread release out of beta. Jellyfish, thanks for the tier 2. That's super generous. Thanks for the over 2.5 years. Welcome back. All right, I believe we have died. Meathook? I'm not dead yet. All right, now we are. Snap will have a PC release when it does a full release. Yeah. They also need to work on that. All right, Ray of Enfeeblement comes in against mono red just for buying time. Sometimes it kills an X1. Valki is not great here. Yeah, I think Valki is just like worse than Lolth and Chandra in the aggro matchups. Yes, Inquisition would be nice in this format. No, if Inquisition was in full Pioneer, it would be legal here because we already have it in Historic. We have to try and race this Roiling Vortex. The mono red matchup is not good with our 3-color control deck, believe it or not. Although if we ever had a hand that could win, it's probably this one, right? Nikki B on curve, we can start attacking. Hook as well here to maybe gain some life. At least they don't have Eidolon. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that card coming to Arena. If there is a card printed in like the last decade that's capable of maybe putting some of these obnoxious control decks in check, it's Eidolon of the Great Revel. Card is real good. A red cap melee? They might have a small burn spell to finish my Nicol Bolas after I do this, but I think getting the potential life gain down for this is good. What's going on, Dylan? Taylor's fine, but I don't think she's good against interactive decks the same way Eidolon is good against interactive decks. Oh, they missed their Roiling Vortex activation. Or is Taylor Swift? Monastery Swift Spear.
I knew you needed my help. Stop, drop, and roll won't help you, buddy.
That's also on the list of cards that, like, this card should be trivial for them to program. Hopefully it's in the anthology this summer. It'd be a pretty big miss for it not to be. Monastery Swift Spear. Alright, we gotta try and win one on the draw here. That being said, you know, Bone Daddy into Nikki B into Meathook's not terrible, but if they have like a 2 or 3 drop here on curve, we're gonna be in some trouble. Yeah. Robert of the Rich is pretty scary. Bernie Sanders is here, chat, and he's taking us to Pound Town. Yeah, when the SNC season pass ends, Baldur's Gate Alchemy will release. Well, I mean, the answer to that question is it's variable, Gen Z. Oh my god, they found our piece of spot removal. Yeah, we needed an anger there to be able to play the game, and we did not find it, so we are torched. For the follow, Travis. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Thanks for the Prime. That's super generous. I wouldn't be able to be without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. Nobody else new hanging out. Welcome. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream full time here on Twitch. I'm here for 30 to 40 hours a week playing Magic and things like Marvel Snap and Pokemon Unite and other strategy games. Usually play 2 or 3 Magic decks a day, and all the decks that are worth watching end up archived on my YouTube channel. You check that out there. There's a bunch of playlists on the front page for all the different formats. I'm gonna pass with Stomp up here. Hey, Dachta, thanks for the 23 months. Welcome back. Immortal, thanks for the big 5 too. Howdy, howdy. So if I play Bonecrusher this turn, I can't Chandra next turn because my second red is untapped. But I think with the Nicol Bolas draw, that's fine. They might block here because it lets them ramp. Do we Valki? Why would I Valki? Fun, stop it. I don't play games for fun, chat. That's why I'm here playing Magic the Gathering. This is a Tibalt. It's a 7-mana Planeswalker. That is an Eternalized Resilient Chandra. Alright, so we can't Meathook the Ooze. Do I want to play this as bait for the Primal Might? I think I do. It definitely feels like we are in danger. There's 2 more creatures in the bin currently, 1 more. Supposed to leave this back to force the block.
I'm the best fire starter there is.
Yeah, I don't
Today's my lucky
think
day.
they're a collected company deck. I would be wrong. It's like great henge. Collected company, Primal Might, no respect. So if I plus for mana,
Yup.
I can Meathook while holding up Heartless Act. Almost did a misclick there. And then Hive of the Eye Tyrant can deal with their Eternalized Echo. And Chandra cleans that out. Ah, punished.
This'll be easy.
I should have stomped their face. I was just tilted. Tilted gaming chip. They could fire up Lair of the Hydra to deny me the Chandra emblem. Oh, they have another fight spell? Oh, God.
Watch it. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
There's just like so many bombs in my deck right now. Yeah, our opponent's drawn 3 lands in 20 cards. I'm actually 1 point off of lethal. No, that's not true, because I have 5+ for mana. Are we dead to lair? I don't know, do math.
You wanna go, tough guy?
Lair activates for 2 currently. If I kill the werewolf pack leader, I'm dead to a land. That's right, though. Alright, our opponent is incapable of doing simple arithmetic. So we get another draw step. I don't think it matters, but we'll look at the mark card, I guess.
Guess you don't need me anymore.
We knew our opponent was bad at math, chat, because they put Collected Company in their Primal Might Great Henge deck. That was already up front on the table. They told us that to start. Same aggro sideboard plan. We'll cut the Thoughtseize and the Valkis. We'll bring in spot removal and the planeswalkers that impact the board a little bit better than Valki sooner. They're great at math. They're Collected Company. That's true. They did hit 2 great creatures with their Collected Company. They might only be playing 1 company, sure, but they still don't have a lot of hits. So, like, the 1 Collected Company deck that's on Untap, for example, only has 24 creatures in it, and 4 of those creatures are land morels, so they're not even good hits. They're playing a human company deck with 33 creatures that missed several times. Yeah, Inquisitor Captain was basically just like a lower variance Collected Company design. It's like, okay, you meet this deck building requirement, your card's always going to work. Well, I think mill cards in Snap in general are more powerful than they would be in a game like Magic Gap. Because in a game like Magic, someone milling a card that you kind of wanted is the same as you, like, never drawing it. But in Snap, you see most of your deck every game. So, and cards are only 1-ofs, right? So the odds of your card, you milling something having an impact is higher. After dorking around with a couple different 1-drops, I'm actually going to play Yondu and Mantis in the Beast deck that we're playing today. There's value in taking cards off their deck. So, like, Fighty Spell feels a little bad here, but it means I get to play Chandra into basically an empty board next turn, which is great, so hard to be too upset with this exchange overall. I spent a card and even resources in terms of tempo, and then I get to Planeswalker.
When people start screaming,
Get gone.
you know I'm on track. Time to toast your marshmallows. S'mores, anyone?
Time to toast your marshmallows. I have to assume marshmallows are decidedly male, since that's an official Wizard-sanctioned voice line. So they missed a land drop. I'm gonna anger into power word kill here. Just stop them from getting the troll onto the forest. You know, I don't think we do have a command for the old TCC video. You're right that that's a great throwback to the boomer days.
Will resonate throughout the multiverse.
All right, you draw your cards. I'm gonna have my 2 planeswalkers versus your empty board. We'll see if Shaper Sanctuary can keep up versus the squad here. Okay. I mean, if there was a card that was gonna get them back in the game, it's the Questing Beast in their Collected Company Great Hedge Primal Surge deck. It would definitely be the Questing Beast. I mean, this is smart. Exile the Collected Company from your hand, because it's gonna brick anyways. Big brain line. Oh yeah, Sanctuary too.
Do this. If you play with fire.
Oh yeah, fully expecting second Questing Beast to happen here. Or do they have second Coco? They must have second Coco, right? The only thing that makes sense with this pass. I guess I die to Coco into creature untap primal. Primal might mean primal surge, whatever it's called. You know, assuming this Collecting Company hits 2 pieces of gas. Yes! There is justice in the world, chat! Justice! God bless us, everyone. I hope their 6 cards are just like Shaper Sanctuaries and other cards they're playing that can't be hit. They hit 2 creatures last game, chat, is all I'm saying. Well, if it isn't the consequences of your actions, opponent. Oh, you know what? Was I supposed to plus Chandra for mana there? I think I was. Yeah, so you discard Shock You, and they draw a card, and then they'll discard it to the K command. All right, go. They get to sack this forest to make a troll, but I have replacements for both my planeswalkers in my hand. It's looking like we're gonna go to game 3 here. You got him.
I have other plans. Your scars will be mine.
The exile lands here. Show off the troll.
I don't need this.
They get to draw a card here, but we're choking their mana.
Now you're playing with fire.
I'm a dirty net decker. No, I own the NFT for this deck. My NFT and I want it now. Thanks for the follow, Omni. How much did the NFT drop with the crypto crash? We'll never know. Probably go through the backlog of commands again. I bet it's been a while since I've done it. I bet there's a bunch that can be deleted in there. I won't play standard donos right now. No, I'll take donation decks for any of the 4 constructed formats on Arena. 5, I technically take Brawl too. I think all of Arena's current formats are varying degrees of middling for different reasons, but they all have different upsides too. The reason why I'm mostly focusing on Explorer for non-deck submissions, because Explorer metrics have been the best in terms of YouTube, and they were the Explorer was the highest selected format on the last subscriber survey. One Anger of the Gods, please, deck. Things that is not. Probably gonna end up falling too far behind here. Especially if they have a protection spell. They showed us, on top of everything else in their multiple collected company deck, they showed us Tamiyo Safekeeping last game. Alright, we're gonna try and kill the Skews here.
What? My hair is on
I
fire?
assume they have a protection spell though. Yep.
Oh, yep. You're flammable.
All right, we have 3 meat hooks and 2 angers in our deck that are draws here. There are no creatures in bins, right? Yeah, so the Skews is currently dying to all of
Guess
those,
you don't need me anymore.
along with these other 2. Hey, look, a distraction.
You require my aid.
You require
will
my
get what I
aid.
want.
Got it. You've exiled my graveyard. I think that's the when the delve cards get here, needing to always just remember to do things like Skews. Something. All right. All right, I got one more. I got one more L in me with Grixis before we swap over to Snap, I think. Let's see if we can go out on a high note. Yeah, runoff in my yard from their fertilizer. I don't know. How would I know that? Dead on board if opponent got the math right. The opponent has proven several times that they were not likely to get the math right, though. And Vin, thank you for the 4.5 years. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Definitely bottoming Meathook Massacre against Yorian. Well, it's the part where they draw their third land on curve, right? Brick! 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 God bless us, everyone. Wait, why didn't they play fires? Weird. Tap land, please. Untap land, please.
We make the multiverse in
Although I guess I just get to exile Birth here, so last chapter doesn't matter.
my intellect is without limit.
There are so many I have just the trick for this. This was
A ticking time bomb till we get Agent of Treachery. Oh god, they binned the card selection, so probably getting agented this turn, I imagine. Really? Okay, that's kind of surprising. Okay, huh.
My My schemes
So-
are never-ending.
Do we Meathook for 2? And then Valki the Yorion out of their hands here? I think is the line. Okay. Faded some transmogrifies there. Ended up on top. Obviously, I want a Duress. I'm not quite sure what other removal I want to leave in this matchup, though. Invoke's awkward because they're a Narset deck. I feel like I want some spot removal for like killing their tokens in response to their thing, but I guess Bonecrusher covers that, right? So maybe these come out. Maybe bring in the Lolth and the Chandra. Maybe one Invoke then. They play counters. Sometimes they'll have like some Mystic Disputes or something, but Fires also stops their counters from working. Yeah, you can still tap mana to cycle. So cycling cards and channeling cards work with Fires of Invention, as you would want them to. In a 6-3 opinion vote today, chat, the Supreme Court has ruled that Maine's tuition assistance program must cover religious schools as well. So now, in addition to being institutions that don't pay taxes, your tax dollars will also be going to churches. Good stuff. Good stuff. What is the separation of anything anyways? Think we take the Narset and plan to just step on the Fable token next turn. Private schools run by churches, but those always include mandatory religious education. Speaking as someone who grew up in the Chicago suburbs, right in the Beverly Morgan Park area, and knew many children that went to Catholic schools instead of CPS. A significant chunk of my teenage friend group went to. It's been 2 decades. I'm blanking on the names. Mother Macaulay and whatever the other one was over there. There's two big Catholic high schools on the south side of Chicago. Marist and Mother Macaulay were the two, I believe. Marist was an all-boys school for a long time, and Mother Macaulay was still an all-girls school, I believe, when I was a teenager. And for the record, there's nothing wrong with private schools or Catholic schools, in my opinion. They just should not be getting any tax dollars. All tax money should stay as far as possible away from anything related to religious education of any kind. A religion of any kind. You want to fund your cult, you better do it out of your cultist pockets, not the general public's. Kool-Aid is expensive these days. LOL. Alright, we can kill the reflection and take a card out of their hand here, but obviously we're just like waiting. We're currently in the Agent of Treachery me waiting room. Yeah, I agree. Religious institutions should not be tax exempt. They make way too much money. Okay, so I guess we don't really have anything worth taking at the moment, huh? And we stopped their ability to copy the agents at least. They're 1 mana off of hard casting this agent. Obviously, they could turn Yorion into an agent if they want. Alright, so I can't play both of these this turn, but if they draw a land, they get to cast this agent, so I need to take that out of there for now, I think. Going on, Kenobi. Thanks for the 34 months. Welcome back. Is my Valki dead yet?
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you. Keep watch for intruders.
Oh, what are we doing with this? I don't have a good answer to that question. I mean, I'm not winning on board, right? So I think I have to draw a card and hope for something. A land is not going to do it. Oof. Oof. Yeah, but like, so here's how I look at it, Tumos. If I'm someone who only lives at home, I mean, well, actually, there's a great way to put it. Letting parents opt to put their tax dollars into private schools instead of the public schools would be like letting people who don't have children opt out of paying taxes into public schools to begin with. If you want to send your kids to a private school, you should have to pay for all of it yourself, regardless of whatever kind of private school that it is. Yeah, it's just a race to the bottom for public schools. All of those like charter schools and things that pull money out of like vouchers and stuff, those are all just like, if those money actually went into the public schools, we would be making the schools for everybody better. Yeah. All right, so I think I'm taking the Emperor, and I'm planning to like Valki on 2, Giant on 3, start attacking. I think is my line here. Yeah, and this kind of leans into being aggressive as well. a lot of the upper middle class people were very upset that the Illinois Democrats passed legislation that made it so property taxes started being sent more evenly across all school districts in the state, as opposed to your property taxes explicitly funding largely just your own local school district. Which is obviously a good thing, because having a majority of your school's funding come only from local property taxes is a great way to hurt poverty. Correct, it's a good thing. JB and the Illinois Democrats have done so many good things since they came to power. They've legalized marijuana, they passed that, they've done a bunch of good stuff.
I know 88 ways to defeat you. Hone your prowess.
Yeah, JB's response to what's it called? COVID was fantastic, top to bottom. All right, am I attacking Narset? I think I'm attacking Narset. This is going at Narset, and this is going at their face. I do not smoke or drink, really. I've never used marijuana and alcohol very sparingly. But I'm also smart enough to understand that, like, you know, making these things illegal isn't about the drug itself. Also, like, tax dollars. Talking about funding schools and other things, tax dollars.
Subservience will be rewarded.
All right, if we can dodge an Anger of the Gods here, we're in a relatively good spot. Oh, did they board their Angers out? I wonder if they boarded their Angers out. They conceded before they down ticked Narset, and that's actually one of the nice parts about this deck in these pseudo-controlling matchups is, like, the opponents want their anti-control cards, but we can also just, like, put a bunch of creatures into play. It's fine. We had a couple of bad beats in there. We had a few games where we just, like, didn't draw blue sources for a while, but I think that's fine. We're mostly a base red-black deck with, like, this splash. You gotta go over the top of the other red-black decks. One suggestion that might be worth working in here is someone mentioned Cling to Dust, and the mono red matchup is genuinely very hard for this archetype, and Cling to Dust is definitely a card that would improve that. So we've played, like, these main deck in Historic before, and I could see 2 to 3 copies of this in the 75 going a long way, just because, like, the thing, you can, like, kind of stabilize in the mono red matchup, but then you tend to get burned out, and being able to gain 3 to 6 life goes a long way there. It could also be that we maybe just want more Anger of the Gods. Anger of the Gods is definitely, like, the best card you could have in the mono red matchup. So I could see that being a card too. So if you wanted to work on this, I think mono red's kind of the hardest matchup that's probably fixable somewhat for this deck, and I would consider more Angers and Cling to Dust for that. I really don't like Fatal Push in this format because it doesn't kill Greasefang if you don't have a way to readily trigger Revolt, and this deck definitely does not readily trigger Revolt. If anything, if I wanted main deck 1 mana removal, I think Ray of Enfeeblement is playable main deck in this format. A lot of the creature decks playing bigger creatures, like, have white creatures in them, and this is fine against mono red. Why is the sideboard interface so horrible? It's funny, I don't know if you saw it, Echo, but I actually tweeted about it again this morning. It's so bad. It's so bad. They added, so best of 1 technically only has a 7-card sideboard now, so even though I have this deck flagged as traditional Explorer, they still break it up where this is the best of 1 sideboard and this is the best of 3 sideboard, which is just atrocious. Yeah, this isn't Modern where Fatal Push triggering Revolt is free. Alright, I'll be back with more Magic the Gathering tomorrow morning if you're only into that form of digital crack.